Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are fine during this pandemic. In this session, I'm gonna talk about another topic that I really want to explain it. I really want to talk about that. In this video, I'm gonna make a simple project in a simple app, a calculator, by using C# form application. In this simple application, four principal operations, including summation, division, subtraction, and multiplication, are added to this app. For this purpose, I use a C# programming, and I use Visual Studio. Okay, let's get started. At the first step, we should open uh, Visual Studio. This is Visual Studio. This is the environment of Visual Studio. We click on File, New, and Project. Okay, in this window you can see a lot of options. We can choose a lot of options, but in this section, in this video, I'm gonna talk about a Windows Form application. So click on Windows Form application, and in this section we can rename the project. We rename the project to Calc3. This is the name of project. This is for us to know about the project. The name of project, Calc3. Press OK. Okay, this is our form, and we want to build an app like this one. This is a standard app calculator of Windows 10, and we want to build an application like this. So I think we should use a larger dimension. I think this is enough. And after that, we should add some points. We should add some text box. We should add some buttons to this form application. So let me close my camera because I think you should see full screen. Let me close this. Okay. Let's get started to add some buttons to our form application. So I think we should use a larger one. Okay, add some buttons to this one. From this menu, we can add this one. This is button to our form application. Okay, click on it, and you can relocate it by drag it anywhere that you want. Okay. And this menu, when you one click on button, you can see the features of this button. This is the location. You can change the font. You can change the text of this button. For example, we want to change this one, the text of this button. We want to change it to 1 because this is the click 1, and we want to use a larger this one. Okay, and after that, we use the different type of fonts. Like Word application, for example, we use bold and 22. I think it's a good appearance for our button. And add another buttons, Control C, Control V. This is a 2. So add the text should be 2. Add another button. This is 3. Okay. Another one, 4, six, and 7. Next one is 8, and the last one is 9. We change it to 9. Okay, we can relocate all these buttons. I relocate them to because I want to add another option, and another button is Control C, Control V is 0 because we want to use 0. Another thing is that point. Sometimes we want to use point. This is a point, and add 4 operation to this one. The first one, Control C, Control V, is plus the minus cross, and the last one, we use this one for division. I think operation for division is we could use this one. For example, this is for division, and another things that I think we could use it is another for this one. Okay, I think it's enough. We could use another option. We could use other operation. For example, I think I want to talk about that. We could use this one. For example, we could use another one to x2. This is for power. We could use it for power, or maybe we could use it for another operation, 1 divide 2x, and you know, we can use a lot of this one, but I prefer to remove this operation because I think we don't use them, so I think it's enough. Okay, and also in addition to these buttons, we need to rich text box, a text box, and a box to show the result of calculation. I think rich text box is a good option. We have a lot of options. We could use another options, but I think rich text box is a good one. And we can change the features of this one. We can change the font and the text of this one. But I think, for example, we can change the font, you know, because I think it's very important in font. We can use 22 or maybe 24 bold italic. Okay, this is one, and after that we click on this one, save form1.cs to save or program, because we need to save this one in each section to prevent problem. Well, in this section, we are going to add some commands to each of these buttons. When you click on one, when you double click on one, you go to this page, you go to this space, and this space is a private space, is a special space for button one, and you can write some codes comments in this section. For example, we define a new parameter. It's a equal to 1, and but before that we should define a parameter double. The parameter is double, and this is a another parameter that we want to define them, a, b, and c, because we will use other parameters b and c in the next step, but we define them in this section. So this is a equal to 1. When you click on 1, the code gives 1 a number 1 into a. Okay, the next one is 2, and we should copy this one and paste here 2. Three, 4, 5, 7, 8, and the last one is 9. Okay, But we want to define another operation. For example, when you click on 1, we want to show rich text box 1. So click on 1 and add another comment. Okay, add rich text box 1 dot the features that we want to change is text. Click on it. Equal to 1.2 string, and this one we use semicolon. Okay, and copy this one for other buttons, but we should use this one too. And after that we change it to 3, we change it to 4, 5, 6, this is the last one is 9, 8, and you should check it. Okay, that's okay. When you want to check your operations, when you want to check your codes, click on start, and you can check that. For example, when you click on 1, rich text box show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, click on the stop. For this one is enough. At the next step, we should define other parameters, for example, summation, and we should use some comments for this one. Okay, we click on plus, and define another parameter. It's b equal to 1 to a, and this one. Okay, Control C, and for all operations we repeat this one. Okay, and click on this button to save our form application. This is, I think, enough for this something for this one. And after that we should use equal, and we should use equal. When you click on equal, the operation should work. Before that, okay, before the last part of this programming, we should add another operation. We should define another parameter in our code. So click on form.cs and go to the form, go to the code space, and we should type a comment. This comment, I copied this comment from another program. So private bool button. Which button? This button. For example, when you operate on plus, when you want to operate plus and click the plus button is 12. So this button is 12. And for other button, this is 13, 14, and this one 15. Okay, this is 13, change it 14 and 15. Why we use this operation in these comments in this section? Because we want to define a parameter that say us when you click on this operation, you should define that you click on it, because I want to use this event in the future, in the next step. So we should define a parameter that says us when you open the program at the first time, we don't click on none of these features. So we add this comment. And we, for example, we say that bottom clicked equal to false. It means that we don't click on bottom 12. bottom 13, bottom 14 and 15. So, but at the next step, we should use another thing. We should say when you click on this one, you should say that we click on this object, and we should memorize that we click on, for example, plus. So we add another command in this section. Okay, the command that I want to add to this object is this one. Bottom 12 clicked dot true. It means that when you click on bottom 12, this is bottom 12, you said that you click on bottom 12 and you memorize it. So we copy this one to other commands, to other operation. This is bottom 13, 14, and this one is the last one is 415, and 15 is this one. This is bottom 15. Okay, so at the next step we should use this button to show the result. So we double click on this one and we should type some commands in this space at the final step of our programming. Okay, at the final step, we should show the result on rich text box, as I mentioned before. We double clicked on this button and go to this space and define some parameters. For example, we want to use if bottom 12, okay, this one clicked, okay, so we should define another parameter C equal B plus A and semicolon. When we click on bottom 12 is this one. It means that if we click on bottom 12, this is bottom plus, the command says that you should plus B to A. Another comment, else if this one we should say copy and paste, and this one is 13 C B minus A and this one, and we should copy this one to next one is and next one. So this is 14 and this is 15. C equal to B cross A, this one, and the last one is C equal to B divided to A and semicolon. Okay, this is bottom 15, this one is bottom 15 for division operation. Okay, and next one we should type which text box dot one, this text box dot one, this one, dot text should show C parameter. This is C because we defined C in previous section, and dot to string and semicolon. Okay, and the last command is to this one, copy this one and paste here. 4 times, click on this is 12, 13 and 14 and this one. Why we use these for last comment? Because we want to say, and this one should be false. Excuse me, should be false. Because after, but why we use these commands in our code? Because after finishing this loop, the app should know that a new loop should be started and must return all operations, buttons, commands to primary settings. So we use this one to define this operation for our code. Okay, click on start to see the result. Okay, 1, for example, plus 5 equal 6. 5 cross 6 equal 13, and 8 divide 2 equal 4. Okay. Well, I think it's enough for this section. We can develop this code. We can add other options, functions, and develop this application. And it's depend on our needs and preferences. I hope this tutorial was useful for you. I'll put the text of the written code in the caption of this post. Please comment on this book and like it, and let me know the strengths and weaknesses of this work. Have a nice day, have a good time, goodbye.